So a pretty simple one today. We got a new customer who reached out, said they wanted to get their vehicle cleaned. It's a Tesla Model Y. We're going to go ahead over there, check out the vehicle, see what we got going on, and see if we could turn this customer into a maintenance client. All right, so we are here. We have made it to the vehicle, and not too bad. I mean, it's got a lot of bugs on the surface on the front here. Yeah, there's a lot of bug right on there. White interior, of course. All right, not too bad, not too bad. We can go ahead and knock this out. All right, let's see how the back's looking. All right. Yep, so nice and dirty. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and contact the customer and get started. Okay, so the customer came out. He was very nice, gave me a quick walk around of the vehicle. He did clear everything out, so we're good to go there. The vehicle is overall not too bad. You know, just got to get the mats clean, it looks like pet hair in here. It's a little bit cleaned up, but of course, white interior. We're going to go ahead and get all this cleaned up. Not a lot of grime everywhere, so really happy about that. Rear's not too bad. We're going to go ahead and get those mats out. So everything under the mat shouldn't be too bad. Actually, let's take a look. Yep, under the mat does not look bad at all. So we're going to go ahead and get this knocked out. Let's do it. Okay, so I do like to open up all the doors, everything, to get as much light going on in here as possible. The more light, the better, the more you can see. So open everything up. And we are doing the interior first. Let's get started. Try not to get a lot of the dirt that's in the mats on the carpet. Just try to keep the carpet as clean as possible. These big long mats here can be a bit tricky, especially when I have them in pickup trucks. There's pretty much a guarantee that whatever's in the mat is always going to fall into the rest of the vehicle. Yep, that all fell in there. All right, mats out. Now, before I actually vacuum the vehicle, I'm going to go ahead and start wiping down the top surfaces. That way I'm not putting a bunch of dust and dirt back into the carpet before I vacuum. All right, so before I get in here, I realized that this angle isn't really going to be the best. So I'm going to switch from the chesty to the head strap. All right, head strap is in. Let's go ahead and get this clean. So the surfaces in here aren't very dirty. So we're just going to go ahead and give them a nice wipe with our interior cleaner diluted here. Customer's got a nice light strip right here. Curious what color it's set to. That's one thing you got to be careful about with these Teslas. There is technically no start-stop button. You know, you just put it in drive, and go. Again, not very dirty, just a little dusty. It's the outside that actually needs a bit more TLC. We do have a bunch of grime in these cup holders here. I'm not going to tackle those yet. I'm going to go ahead and finish wiping down these surfaces. Let's go ahead and get the door card here. The door cards are a bit sticky here. Looks like something may have spilled at some point. Alright, so the surfaces in here don't look too bad. Alright, did forget, let's go ahead and get this rear mat out of here. Slowly but carefully. Alright, dump that out. There we go. I'm realizing as I scrub, my camera's shaking back and forth pretty rough. Hope the stabilization is going to be able to take care of most of that in post. Don't want to jar you guys with shaky video the entire time. Just kind of take my time with these surfaces. So one thing I do like about these Teslas that if needed, these door liners, compartment liners, they come out. So if you're having trouble getting the stuff out of there, just pull it out. Pull it out, wipe it down, get it all nice and cleaned up, and then throw it back in. Look at that. Just go ahead and pop it back in there. Same way you pulled it out. Hello. Yes. Sorry about that. Someone came up and inquired about the services. Gave her a card. Drives a Jeep. Nice Jeep. I don't know what it is with Jeeps, but I've been getting a lot of them lately. But yeah, man, that's the nature of the business. You know, you're out here, you're doing some work, and people see what you're doing. They like what you're doing. They like that you service their area, so they're more likely to go ahead and give you a call and have you come out to service them as well. That's why I love when clients book me to come out to new areas or maybe to their workplace, because the more eyes that see me working, the more people are likely to book me for themselves, you know? And then some people are like, oh, look, my neighbor's getting his car or her car detailed. Let me go ahead and one-up them. Let me get both of my cars detailed, you know? That friendly neighborhood competition. It exists, trust me. It definitely exists. Some neighbors feel like they gotta outshine all the other neighbors, which is great for me. So, I'm not complaining, but, you know, just always try to stay humble. All right, so we got the door cards clean. So let's go ahead and take a proper look at these seats. The seats are a little dirty, you know, not too bad. So we are gonna have to go ahead and do some scrubbing in here. So before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and jump on to tackle this. That's pretty grimy. I may need to get the steamer involved. Let's see how much my diluted cleaner can get out of there before we go ahead and move up to anything else. Remember, always start with the less aggressive cleaner and then move up from there if needed. Never go full sledgehammer. Yeah, and see, that's already doing a pretty good job. Pretty good job. I may go ahead and take the steamer to this anyway, just because I may not be able to pull out 100% using this method. Definitely got 90%, not 100. So, all right, so now we're back on this side. Let's go ahead and take care of this. Again, not really dirty, just dusty. So a nice wipe will take care of that. You know, don't forget to get behind the screen. Remember, we're detailers. All the details matter. Just clean all the way around the iPad. All right, so let's open up this compartment. Yep. Nice and dirty, right up in those rails. Get as much of that out of there as possible. And then we're going to use the vacuum to go ahead and clean it all out. Okay, so now let's get these seats clean. They're going to require a little more elbow grease. A little bit of a stronger cleaner here. Yep, and already that is doing exactly what I needed to do. Again, doesn't require much, just a little elbow grease. I didn't even have to break out the steamer. You know, I've always said people are bold for getting white seats, but every time I see them, they're pretty clean. There's usually not a lot going on with the seats. The material that they used in here does repel dirt or stains pretty well, which I can appreciate because that means there's not a lot for me to do. Just gotta always pull back and get these crevices. Remember, we haven't vacuumed yet, so we're sweeping all this dirt right onto the floor, and then we're gonna pick it all up at once. We don't want to be repeating steps, which is why I clean the interior first. Clean the surfaces, wipe down the seats, get all the dirt and grime out before I vacuum. Because what happens is you go to vacuum and then clean all the surfaces, and where does all that dirt and dust fall? Right back on the floors that you just vacuumed. So I definitely recommend always doing your cleaning first, your scrubbing, wiping surfaces, dusting, all of that. Do all of that first and let the vacuum be your final step. So this chest mount does make recording while detailing easier, but still not the best angle. I really just can't wait till I actually get a nice 3D camera, because the whole purpose of the 3D camera is I'll be able to go ahead and just set it up in the car, probably in the middle somewhere, and record, and then find all my angles and shots and processing and post. You know, I don't got to worry about, oh, am I cutting out? Am I not getting this in frame? Is the camera too shaky? I can just set up the 3D camera right in the middle, right on the center console. And as long as I see the 3D camera sees me. That'll be another investment. Maybe not the next investment, but another upcoming investment. I still got to get that rack for the truck so I can relocate my reels and make some more space for my air compressor. It'll be reels for days, man, I swear. Just a truck full of reels. So before I move to the front, let's go ahead and get the backs of these seats. These get touched a lot more than you think, so they get pretty dirty. Sorry if you hear me sniffling in the camera. It's nippy out here. You know, it is the end of December, but we live in Florida, so it's warmer than most. We've had plenty of warm days recently, but today it's mid to low 60s. I say that like people up north aren't living in 20 and 30 degree weather, and I'm over here complaining about mid 60s. But I've always said to my friends, I am a desert dweller, so I definitely prefer the heat over the cold any day. The passenger seat here is seeing a lot of traffic. Got a bunch of dirt and grime in the crevices of this seat. The passenger seat is actually dirtier than the driver's seat. The driver's seat gets used the most, but yet the passenger seat is a little more dirty. Got a couple of stains over here. Let's go ahead and scrub those up. And I'm using a microfiber towel here because again, like I said, the seats aren't that dirty. There's no reason for me to break out, you know, a magic eraser or a scrub ninja or anything like that. Save those for when I need them. You can wear through those items. No need for the extra unnecessary wear. So now we can go ahead and get into vacuum. Okay, so the vacuum is loud, so I'm not going to be talking through this. I'm just going to go ahead and play some music while I vacuum the car. Okay, there we go. The interior is nice and clean again. So now we're gonna go ahead and close up all the doors, start working on the exterior, start working on the mats. Got up a lot of that dust, a lot of that dander, that hair. Surface is all nice and wiped down. All right, let's start working on the outside. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and first take care of some of these bugs. Spray my bug cleaner on there. We're gonna let that work. All of that's gonna help break down those bugs. While that sits there, we're gonna work on those wheels. Tesla wheels are generally very easy wheels to clean. A lot of times they use regenerative braking, so they don't touch their brakes much. I've never had a Tesla that's had caked up brake dust. Usually just requires a nice quick wipe down with whatever I'm washing the car with, and it's good to go. Look at that, clean. All right, now let's go ahead and tackle these bugs. Some extra lubrication there. And not a lot of pressure. The bugs should be just coming off. Yep, look at that. Just a little bit of pressure and the bugs are coming off. And look at that. Bugs all gone. Nice and white again. All right, let's go ahead and get it dried up. Okay, so I actually ran out of storage on my phone, but the client was super happy with the results of their Tesla. They want to go ahead and try to keep it on a recurring schedule, you know, maybe every month at the least. And their neighbor, the one who showed up earlier in the video, also wants to go ahead and book me for their detail. So that's great. The person with the Tesla also said that they have some friends that they can refer me to also. And that's awesome, you know. Those referrals mean a lot because they actually bring in a lot of the business. You know, those initial clients will come in from like Google or Instagram are great, but then when they go and tell others about the service, about how they enjoyed it, how great it was, those other potential clients are more likely to book with us. So if you guys like the video, go ahead and leave it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. I have some other videos coming up. I have a short video that I'm probably going to put up of me doing a I don't really want to call it a detail, but cleaning a construction truck, which was extremely dirty. It's not even a full video. It may just be a short, but either way, stay tuned so you guys can see that. I also have the video about the truck upgrade being posted soon. We're doing another upgrade to the detail truck, which includes the chase rack, relocating the rails, and finally putting the air compressor on board so I do not have to lug it around and keep it in the passenger compartment of the truck. So again, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.